Palestinians have more of a right to claim to be descendants of the population from 2,000 years ago than I do. My ancestors probably come from the Caucasus. Their ancestors come from Palestine. The Canaanim were correct about this. So you don't want to get into that game. Biblical rights have no status. Now let's turn to legality and occupation. There is 100% agreement among all relevant international institutions, not just the United Nations Security Council, including the United States in unanimous declarations, but the International Court of Justice, the World Court, the Red Cross, which administers the Geneva Conventions, Israel's own top legal authorities, all agree that the Jewish settlements in the West Bank are in violation of international law. 100% agreement. Israel doesn't agree, fine. Israeli Jews want to live in some little bubble of their own, they're entitled to do so. But you can't overlook the fact that that every relevant international institution disagrees on the question of legality. Same with occupation. Every relevant international institution recognizes that Israel is occupying not only the West Bank, but that it's also the occupying authority in Gaza. So as far as terms go, the correct terms are Greater Israel, Israel's illegal expansion into the West Bank. It's hundreds of thousands of settlers there. That's all part of a Greater Israel that Israel intends to integrate within Israel proper and is developing the infrastructure and the programs to do so.
This is the 35th year of a harsh, brutal, and vicious occupation, supported unilaterally by the United States, constant terror and atrocities. Suppose Palestinians say, well, we're under terrorist attack for 35 years, therefore we have a right to carry out suicide bombings.
Which is what they say.
Do you accept this? Does anybody accept it?
Nobody accepts it.
All right, then how come everyone accepts the Israeli claim to be doing it, which is a much weaker claim? Because after all, there's no symmetry in this situation. They are the military occupiers. Palestine isn't occupying Israel. And this isn't just started now. It's going on years ago. I mean...
So does that, in your mind, justify the suicide bomb?
No, it does not. Of course not. It doesn't in anybody's mind.
So it invalidates both sides.
Those who defend suicide bombing, and there are very few, don't have a leg to stand on. Those who defend the Israeli atrocities, including the U.S. government, most intellectual opinion, a good bit of the West generally, yeah, they don't have a leg to stand on either, and they have a much weaker position. For 35 years, there has been a harsh, brutal, miserable military occupation. There has not been a political settlement. The reason why there has not been a political settlement is that the United States unilaterally has blocked it for 25 years. Is it supported by the entire world, including the majority of the American people? The answer to that question is yes. There is a political settlement that has been supported by virtually the entire world, including the Arab states, the PLO, Europe, Eastern Europe, Canada.
Didn't Barack put that on the table?
No, he did not.
He did not.
It is also supported by the majority of the American people. It has just been reiterated by Saudi Arabia.